Whether or not schools will reopen will depend on teachers' unions and the Department of Education reaching some consensus. We speak to Basil Manuel, Executive Director of NAPTOSA. Various representatives from the teachers' union are expected to meet with the Minister of Basic Education on Tuesday, the 19th of May, to assess the reports on the readiness of schools to reopen. This comes after the Department of Education failed to provide satisfactory procedures and policies for the return of teachers and learners.
All 9 provinces were assessed, and 2 provinces came out near the top, not at the top, near the top, and being almost ready. Ready meant that these provinces hadn't delivered their personal protective equipment for staff, as well as for children, as well as for the frontline staff over and above teachers. Secondly, it meant that the schools had not been cleaned. Now remember, we are making a distinction between sanitizing the school and deep cleaning. Deep cleaning is not an essential because the schools have been closed for 2 months. No virus could be surviving there. However, they do need to be cleaned and readied to accept first of all, the SMTs and then the teachers.
We also speak to a mother who shares with us her concerns over the safety of her child as she prepares to return her back to school.
I'm not convinced that the schools are ready to get back, even though we are worried about our children not having anything to do. However, I feel that government itself is also not ready. We don't know what is happening, how they are sanitizing the schools, putting procedures in place for our children's safety, and how the teachers are going to work.
We are not being unrealistic. Things that haven't been delivered in 25 years, can you really deliver them in 2 weeks? That's ridiculous. Okay, so we have said, even with the PPEs, what do we need? We need the PPEs for the people who are going to be there first. We need the PPEs for the grade 12s and grade 7s if they are the first grades to be there. That buys time of yet another week for the rest to come. When the next grade comes, it buys another week for the next delivery to come. So we are not saying everything must be there on the first day. We are saying sufficient should be there for the people who are there. We have a responsibility to our teachers and our non-teaching staff whom we have as members, firstly. Secondly, by extension, our responsibilities to the learners. Because unlike being on a factory floor, where you may not be too concerned whether a shoe comes out straight or skew, we have to be worried about those that we work with. The children are precious commodities, and we do worry about them.
This is the first time ever that the City of Johannesburg has held a virtual meeting. This is to ensure that the City of Joburg's management is in line with COVID-19 regulations.
The City of Johannesburg has hopped onto the online bandwagon as they held a virtual mock council meeting in efforts to continue the business of the municipality.
We had the first meeting which had a few technical glitches. We had to get out of that meeting, create another Microsoft Teams meeting so that councillors can get back on. And also it's just going through trial and error at the moment. But I think as we speak now, a lot of councillors have joined in. And also a lot of them then became at least used to the system. At least we can still adhere to the strict regulations that government has passed. We can at least try and keep the distancing, social distancing, and the business of council can still continue. People won't be affected. Service delivery should still be able to continue, and people's lives must also still be improved. So it's important. And I think the trick now was that getting councillors to all be able to use the system more efficiently. Some of them are a bit older, and I heard some jokes, some of them saying, we are BBTs, and then I found out burn before technology, So some of them are laughing about it, embracing it, and I think it's a great and an amazing thing that councillors are able to take the bull by the horns so that we can move on. And I think we've got a good IT team in the city that have been working around the clock to ensure that through Microsoft Teams and other security measures are put in place.
What's up, everyone? It's your boy DJ Sab with the best thing ever from YFM 99.2, and you are watching Joburg Today.